welcome to today's topic. We're talking all things Facebook and creating collaborative content to share and drive your business engagement, really. And we'll talk a lot about driving engagement for your Facebook pages. Now, I have had, I did mention to you guys when we first met a couple of weeks ago, that I did kind of do some website and Facebook stalking on your businesses for you guys that have registered for this program. Now, some of you do have presence on Facebook and social media. Some of you have no presence at all. But I am going into this training that we are talking more intermediate. So we're not going to talk about how to set up a Facebook page, because we're going with this because most of you do have set up pages. We are going to go into more about content creation, and really it's going to be a real natural follow-up from the material and the training that we spoke about last week, and we'll do some revision of that as well. So without further ado, for those of you that are joining me for the first time, my name is Despina Karatzias. I am a trainer and mentor specifically for digital marketing and social media in the tourism and hospitality industry, and from Institute of Excellence. And this is a series that is done in collaboration with Digital Coaching International and Tourism Tribe. So I've had an extensive experience in tourism, hospitality and retail management, accredited tourism e-kit trainer, and most recently managed a very successful hot air balloon business here in Victoria, and wrote a little book about our journey over the decade that I was there growing the business. So what we will cover today is as I mentioned before, we are talking all things Facebook. So we are going to delve into Facebook and review the definition of content. Now, we spoke a lot about content when it came into the context of how important it is today in 2016 for your search engine optimization, in your organic search, in your relevance, in your ability to be found. When someone has planted the seed in their mind, they want to come and stay in your neck of the woods, and they need a place to stay. So remember, we talked about customer service, and serving the customer is right at the onset when they're in that dream state and in search mode, that we want to serve them by presenting ourselves to them in the digital landscape. So we're going to review the definition of content and summarize that again, but hone it in and focus more on what it means to deliver content for Facebook. Okay? We're going to talk about creating versus curating content. Okay, so we're going to talk about what the differences are and why it's important to your business to deliver both of those as a content mix. We're going to talk about optimizing visual content for Facebook. So again, I hope I've done a good job in really tying in what we were talking about last week and how we can make Facebook work for us, again, if we remember, as a vehicle to drive traffic back to our website, because otherwise we're leaving a lot of money and time on the table if we're doing Facebook ad hoc and kind of being on the Facebook playground just because every other kid is playing there. We don't want that. We want to be strategic about all of our marketing activity. And furthermore, content creation tools. And I'm going to share with you my monster tool, which I hope some of you have heard of and are already playing with it. Maybe some of you haven't heard of it, and I'm going to change your life forever because I love it. And ways to organically grow your business page. Because like most things in the online world, things change. So trying to keeping back to reining it in to growing our communities, following, profiles, presence, brand organically, specifically for the smaller tourism business without the monster budgets to invest in advertising and also invest in outsourcing and having someone else to do the work for us. We want to look at, how we can organically do these things for ourselves, and that's why we're here for. Okay, questions. I guess I will have a question for you guys, and please use your little question box there, or to answer or comment more so, or have a chat. I'd love to know what has been your main challenge when it comes to your Facebook marketing. Can anyone love to share with me and with the rest of the group that have come here with us today? And to those of you that have just joined us, welcome again. We're talking Facebook today. So what have been your main challenges with Facebook? Rebecca, thank you. Coming up with fresh, valuable content. Fantastic. And again, hopefully after today, you'll be inspired by what you could use there. Anyone else? So I imagine that is something that a lot of businesses, creating content and posting regularly. Absolutely. Now, we talked strategy last time. We talked strategy and having a Facebook strategy, particularly when it comes to your posting schedule. We need to make that commitment, because I know, just like with anything, whether it's Facebook posts or going to the gym to keep up with your fitness goals, if it doesn't get scheduled, it doesn't get done. So we need to schedule these things. Maintaining the levels of content to be engaging, really good one. Thanks, Daryl. That is absolutely another great challenge where you're not alone there. Facebook likes don't seem to translate to occupancy. Boom, that's a big one when it comes to accommodation. How we can translate Facebook likes to occupancy. Now, again, if we can revert back to how we can capture these likes, and albeit we're talking about Facebook, how to grow our community, I guess the underlying secret here is that we want to get them off Facebook, and we want to get them onto our websites. We want to get them off Facebook, and we want to get them onto a mailing list. Okay, so we're going to talk about things like this, how we can really maximize our opportunities on Facebook to do all of those things that you've brought that up as your challenges. Okay, in particular, using Facebook as another means of branding and promotional billboard to be able to do just that. Drive traffic, drive our, lead magnet inquiry forms, convert even our like into an email address. So thank you, Rebecca, Abby, Daryl, and Byron, for sharing those challenges. Like I said, you're not alone. So the help question comes into place again with Facebook. Changes all the time. It has become just like Google, Facebook. Instagram is the next one we're going to talk about in a couple of weeks. These are all medium, they're social networks, but they're really powerful marketing tools, and they're also really, they've become, I'm going to use the word playground again, where it's a pay to play for businesses. So we've got to, again, when we don't have the budgets to keep investing into boosting and promoting and growing our community, we need to be able to work out ways we can do that. Now, Tourism Tribe, for those of you that have joined us for the first time, Tourism Tribe is a newly formed, I guess it's a platform for the small to medium tourism business that can jump on board and have the benefit of being part of a community of other like-minded tourism businesses, 24/7 access to digital marketing resources, training material and experts, and also participate in ongoing free of charge seminars in very much the similar way that we're doing here today as part of a yearly membership, which I believe there's a special promotion with AA of A and Ad Hoc. I think that's the word, the Timeshare organisation. And opportunities to network and collaborate. So I just wanted to bring that in, how this tourism tribe is connected with what we're doing here today. Now, the mobile device will be the world's primary connection tool in the internet, in the internet age in 2020. Now, particularly with Facebook, we see mobile usage in Facebook has continuously grown, and it's dominating what is actively being done on a desktop. Now, with Facebook specifically, I mean, we're talking on average with the 1.5 billion worldwide users. And in Australia, we're looking at an average of over 15 million daily active Facebook users. So when we're talking about using it as, as part of our digital strategy in the marketing mix, there is research to support that there are a lot of people in your demographic, in your geographical location that are on this, daily or using Facebook. On average, it's been said that we are on Facebook 14 times a day. So checking Facebook 14 times a day, and literally almost 100 times that we're checking our phones a day. So yes, again, I go back to the only constant is change. So we've got to be hot on our heels. We've got to keep our fingers on the pulse. We cannot become complacent, and we cannot set and forget these things. We have to really be hot on our heels on how can this be used to, as Byron very much said, how can we translate these likes? How can we translate all of this labor of love and activity into business? And also, I mean, this is something that is very important that I need to say. We like to look at things of return on investment, and that is very important in business, in any industry. We also have to look at this mix of particularly a Facebook, but I say this with all of any social media platform. It's a return on engagement and relationship. So this is something that you might, if someone comes onto your website and they're looking for that little blue symbol that is going to take them to your Facebook page, that's where they know the real conversation is happening. That's where they know they can engage with you and your team and your brand on another level to just what is can be a one-way platform when we're talking about, yes, we have inquiry forms. Yes, we have ability to book now. Yes, we have ability to be able to get more information on your website. But in terms of engaging, in terms of showing personality, in terms of showing what's happening behind the scenes, this is where social media, this is why it's so important for businesses, because this is what gives us the opportunity to do that. So we go back to what is content, okay? So I want to just review content because it is no different to what we're talking about when it comes to what we're doing on our websites and what we share on our social media. So by way of definition, in the dictionary that I plucked out, something is to be expressed through some medium, a speech, writing, or any various arts. Now, the operative word there is art that I wanted to highlight. Significance or meaning, and substantive information or creative material viewed in contrast to its actual or potential manner of presentation. So I take out, like if I had a big highlighter right in front of me and I could put that on, I would be arts, substantive, creative material. So this is a way with Facebook, when it comes to content with Facebook, it's us being creative where we don't want to use Facebook as an infomercial, okay? So this is where you are your own media. In social media now, your business page is your own media. It's your own TV station. Now, if you're going to pump your TV station up with one, stay two, get one free, come join us for this. If you're just an ad after an ad, this is not going to translate well. This is not what Facebook is for. So we want Facebook, when we're talking about content, I like to look at it as the ICE theory, okay? So I got this from Tony Shea. I got this from Delivering Happiness. Fantastic book if you want to really drive your culture. But when he came to social media for his very successful brand in online shoe retailer, he came to this: when we're talking about social media content, we want to inspire, we want to connect, we want to educate, and we want to empower. So as well as, yes, we want to promote what we do, we also want to give inspiration to why should they not only come to come to your property, why should they come to your region as a collective, okay? So as a new way, remember, when it comes to content, writing high quality content that is of value, it inspires, it educates, it connects, creating content that people will reference to and link to for a long time. Now, I say this again to you. I want to, if there's anything that we're going to get out of this, we want to really drive value, and almost we want to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You're an ambassador. That's the word I'm looking for. You can take your Facebook as being, you are an ambassador for your area. Okay, so what we do here is also, reasons, we look back at always going back to benefits, creating content around topics that matter to your market. Okay, and yes, always using evergreen content. And I put this here again for your reference when it comes to Facebook, because a very big misconception is that you do things you do something once and you never do it again. If you create content that's resonated, so if you've had a win on your Facebook page, if you've had a win and then and it's had a great reach, it's had some great engagement, some content, some great likes and shares and a lot of comments. What I want to say is that schedule that again. Don't never do that again. Not everybody that's been on your Facebook page has seen it. So I want to take that away, that when you've done something that's been really hot and successful, put it in the vault to repurpose again for another time. Okay? And I hope to go onto my own Facebook page and do just a bit of a live demo of how you can pre-schedule. Does anyone use a pre-scheduling tool? Before we go into creating versus curating, I want to ask the question, does anybody use any pre-scheduling tools, like other external tools for your Facebook activity? If you use... No? Got nothing? No, that's okay. Yes, sorry, Abby. Yes, you do. Yes, I've used Buffer before, but planning to go to Hootsuite. Excellent. And Abby, what did you use? So Daryl's just mentioned he uses, so there are external tools that you can use to pre-schedule your Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, so any other social platforms that you do. So Buffer and Hootsuite are some very popular ones. Another very popular one is on Facebook itself. Like, it's free and it works really, really well. I'm using that more and more to pre-schedule my Facebook activity. And Abby, you use Schedulegram for Instagram and Power Editor. Excellent. That's really good. Schedulegram, we'll talk more about that next week for our Instagram. Not next week, sorry, the week after on the 8th. But that is a really, really good pre-scheduling tool. So there's some good ones. So for you guys that are already using pre-scheduling tools, if you found a winner, push it out and pre-schedule it again for 6 to 8 weeks time. Don't let it just work once for you. Let it work for you many times. Okay, so when it comes, I hope that's a tip that can serve you well. Even you can go back on your timeline now and say, okay, what type of content has really resonated with my audience? Because when it comes to, I never know what to post, what can we do to drive more engagement? Go back and see what type of posts have worked. Okay, so when it comes to creating versus curating, when we're talking about creating content, this is yours. It's like the book that I wrote. I wrote that book myself. Any type of content that I can take out of that, I can help myself to, because it was written by me. It's the same with you. If you've taken a photo, taken a video, designed, written anything yourself or on behalf of you, even if you've outsourced it, if you own it, you've created your own original content. Versus curating content. So curating content is when it's created, designed, shot, written by someone else. Okay, so curating content is when you go out searching for content that it's going to inspire, connect, educate, empower your own audience about your region. So you think now about other relevant businesses with Facebook profiles that also have, that produce interesting content that could also serve your audience. You want to curate that content. So this is where we're coming to being very selective about what we share on our timeline. But we want to have a really good mix of both, and it also takes the pressure off you when it comes to always serving up engaging and entertaining, valuable posts on your Facebook page. You want to think that it doesn't always have to be you. A very good one to always think of is, okay, your main tourism organisation. So say we've got Tourism Australia, then in my instance, Tourism Victoria, or Tourism New South Wales, Tourism Queensland, and then further funneling down to your own regional marketing association. For example, it could be, in your regional area, there might be, you'll have a marketing organisation that will have a large following for your area. That would be a really good place to go to maybe once a week and share whatever it is that they're promoting in the region, okay? Because you are accommodation providers. If there's something happening, event organisers, anything like that. So sharing events and saying, and then, by the way, this is where you can stay. So we want to be sharing and curating content from someone else's. So something I would urge all of you to do as part of your homework is go and look ahead of the calendar. So what's coming up in event, what events are coming up in your area, in your location, in your nearby city, in your in your region. What events are coming up that you can curate? You can share the event organizers post, so you will need to go say, okay, what events are coming up? What are their Facebook pages? What can I share then to say, how exciting? For example, Rob Thomas is coming out to Yarra Valley soon. I would implore any accommodation, every accommodation property in that region. I'm always so shocked that no one is sharing that this international star is coming, okay? It's because people are going there. It's on a winery. They're going to need places to stay. I would be recommending you be doing the same. Find events and be sharing their content. This is where, even if you save an image of someone, save an image of whatever the act might be, as long as you're crediting back to the event organizer, you're curating the content that already exists there. Is that good? Everyone good? Show of hands. Is that useful? Is that good? Thanks, Daryl. Great stuff. Beautiful. So I'm going to tell you again, there's a few of you that weren't here with us last time. So type of contents that you share on your Facebook, types of content that you share on your Facebook pages. These are all the types of content that we want to be firstly creating for our website, and then giving reason to then share interesting stuff on our Facebook pages. Okay, so again, we want to create ways. Okay, we want a good mix of, it could be an inspirational quote on travel. It could be it could be, sharing a regional post from your tourism organization. It could be sharing, you're an accommodation, a tour operator that is nearby. You want to be providing a mix, but you always, I never want you guys from this point forward to be doing anything on your Facebook page that is not directly taking your Facebook community to your website. Okay? So we always want to put that in the mix. And something I would implore you to do is just do it. I mean, I have like a Monday to Friday, or do Monday to Sunday. Monday, share someone else's post. Tuesday, I will share something to my website. If that helps you, schedule out like a one-pager strategy of Monday to Friday and work in just the category of the types of content. That can be really helpful for you. Particularly for those of you that pre-schedule, that's something really easy that you can say, okay, these are the types of different themes this is what's going to work for my business. I want to share a things to do type of piece. So who are travel tour operators or activities or attractions that are nearby? Make a list of them. Hunt them down, Facebook stalk them, like them as your business page, and then have that as every Wednesday, that's what you're going to do. That's how you're going to roll, okay? So that's just as an example. Another one could be that, okay, I'm going to, because now hopefully everyone's going to be creating some interesting pieces on their website. We'll be saying, or whatever. I mean, you all have interesting websites. You've got plenty of pages that you can share. But rather than just going, come to our website, and be kind of just, again, I go a bit commercially on your Facebook community, kind of get creative. Get creative. You could do get creative of a, oh God, what can I think of? TGI Friday, it's a TGI Friday, or we'd love to welcome you this weekend, TGI Friday, wouldn't you love to be seeing this, and take a photo, even if it's from your iPhone, of the view that's happening, real time. It really works on Facebook. So that's just some ideas and some inspiration. So now I go back to this is we want to use Facebook as a tool to drive traffic to your website. Now, I spoke to you about this blog of a property in the beachside suburb of Melbourne, okay? So it's one of the best blogs that I've come, and I use it as an example. Now, to take it a step further now from last week of why it's important is that what these guys have done here now, they've given anyone in their location a reason to share their content. Okay, so I hope this makes sense to you, because this is how this translates on Facebook. Now, I just want you to pretend for a second I'm a florist, or I'm a wedding event organizer. Okay, so what they've just done, they've made it easy for me to curate content. Okay, so this is where I just wanted to extend the benefits to you, that it's you're not only going to the effort to create this content for you to have something interesting to share on your Facebook page, that's not just another link to your homepage or another link to your booking page. You're also giving reason for others in your community to share something interesting. So, for example, I can take, so this is what that link, so if I take this very first one here, so if I click on this blog post and it's wedding trends and colors for 2016, that's of value to my audience. So I go in and I can create a status that says getting married, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I'm always referencing and tagging back to their Facebook business page. Now, when I'm talking about your business relationships and your networks, I mean, I talk a lot about, packaging for profit, going out there and creating packages. It's no different here. Go back to your relationships within your community, within your tourism and business community in your area, okay? And these are the type of things you want to even collaborate on to say, okay, I will share. So I go back. You have a zoo in your area, okay, as an attraction. So you go to the zoo and say, right, and form a strategic Facebook post sharing relationship to say, okay, I'll happily share your posts, or I'll curate and share your posts, or I'll share about you once, 4 times a month or once a week or whatever you come to agreement on, as long as if you could share in exchange this autumn special that we have going on. Do you love that? So let's make Facebook and these relationships work and take them to another level where you don't always want it to be you. So we want to do this kind of things on others' website, okay? Because if you have a local attraction, whatever it is, if you have someone that has a really big following on Facebook, you want to find them and do your research, find them and form up some strategic relationships that you can say, okay, I want to do a special for you. I want to do a special exclusive for, for X, whatever it might be. If you can share that and tag my page on yours, I will do the same for you if you could reciprocate. Okay, so that just gives you an idea of how all of this can integrate together in the big picture, that it can be so much more than just your everyday, what I want to share today. Okay, we want to get strategic. Here's another example of a blog. So this is a Segway tour company, okay? Now, this is a Segway tour company. Instead of doing like another, come and join us on a Segway, the blog reference was 7 reasons you should buy experiences, not stuff, this Christmas. Now, what I love about this is that even in the image, they've put the title of what the blog. So we want to make it attractive. We want people to click on this, because moving forward again, this is how this post translates on Facebook. So it's visual. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind, you want to always be adding in some type of visual like picture in your posts. It's really there's research to support that posts with photos, with graphics such as this, engagement and reach is significantly higher than it is on just a text post, okay? Or if you're just sharing a link without any photo to it. And this is another thing that I want all of you to go back and check how your posts links translate off Facebook, because you might need your web developers to do some optimizing for Facebook so that they look like this, okay? Because so this is something interesting now. All of this is a Facebook post, but all of this links back to this particular website, okay? Here's another example of curating content, okay? So this one again got my attention because I curated this content in the sense that this was someone that, okay, an ABC broadcaster who also happens to be a travel blogger, wrote about their experience about doing this product, okay? Now, I'm sure if you go and look at I wanted to share this with you because if you've got anything in the archives of someone that stayed with you, written about you, if there's anywhere that you featured, that is gold content for you to curate. What do I mean by this is that this post, this is what it originally looked like. It was on someone else's blog. Now, we could have gone and shared this blog on the Facebook page, but what a waste of getting traffic to their website. So what we did is got permission, of course, and said, look, we'd love to curate and repurpose what you've done here and put it on our blog. Yeah, no problem. All we did at the end of it was say, first seen, this article was first produced for, and we gave credit back to this blog, The Big Bus, okay? And then have a look how this translated on Facebook. Wrote a little something about having, this weather presenter, tagged the presenter and the person that originally wrote it, and tagged the original blog. But see down here, this entire post links back to the website. Okay, so this links back to the website. If anyone wants to pause, ask me a question, this is the only challenge when I can't see you back, you can't put your hand up. You can put your hand up, but please interrupt me if there is, Rebecca, you still had your hand up. Did you have anything you wanted to add or say? I hope everyone's finding this valuable, just how we can get. No, that's cool. I just wanted to see how you can get back into, just to get more strategic in how you can curate. So if you're overwhelmed, but like, I'm not a writer, I don't know where to write, go and hunt around into what you can repurpose, okay, that you can curate again and put it onto your website. And I thought this was a perfect example that here it was, found it here first, asked permission, and if you were to go and see these two websites, the articles are identical, but it's just helping each other, okay? Okay, I've gone the wrong way. Here we go. So any questions, feel free to always interrupt, okay? So optimize your content for visual appeal, shareability, and promotion, okay? I'm just going to go with this example because this is someone that I've been working with, and this is what I want every accommodation and tourism provider to start doing on their websites, okay? So what's happened here? So it's a blog post. The blog graphic has the title in there, but have a look at what's happening here. If we're making it shareable, we're creating content that is now shareable to anyone else, okay? Now, the other things, optimizing your visual. Now, I really want to show this to you guys, so I'm just going to go into a browser, something I prepared for you earlier. So if I was to take this link, so now this is a blog post, okay? And this is the original blog post that I was telling you about. And check this out. This is the exact same post, but only curated and repurposed again. And at the bottom here, you can see we say Vanessa traveled as a guest. This post originally featured on, boom. Now this is something else, if you found someone with influence or someone that you can invite to stay with you, if it's a cost of a night's accommodation, there's someone, a blogger or someone like a Vanessa of the world that you can say, we'd love to host you for an evening, or get together with some other providers that you can do your own itinerary. It's great way to socially share and market your business in 2016 anyway. So what I wanted to share with you, I'm going to open up a new Facebook, okay? I'm going to go into my Facebook account. Now, something that I always want you to be mindful of, I want you to always be in your business page. So say here we are in, I know now I'm in my business page, okay? So if I go into write a new post, check out what happens here. And this is where now I did have feedback. Now, how to do this for your website, I can share these tools with you that it's important that your website is doing this, but you will need to go to a web, to your, because all of you have different websites that are developed in all different platforms, whether it's WordPress or Joomla or Drupal, or, you've got a big monster like the Quest, like Brett. Like we don't always know what we're all different anyways, what I'm saying, but you must all have a relationship with your web developer, and I want you to test your links from your websites, because have a look at this. This has been optimized to do this in Facebook. I've copied a link from Facebook and I've gone and I've copied it into my post, and look how sexy it comes up. My graphic, that's deliberate, like it's a deliberate graphic to be visual, to say exactly what it's about. And look what happens here. I can go in and I can change any of this. Okay, so even though this is from someone else's website, okay, I can go in here and I could even customize this to say something about my business if I wanted to. Okay, now the other thing I want you to be mindful of is that I can now delete this and write anything I want, whatever it is that I want, because it's been optimized in this way, this automatically becomes clickable. Okay, so this is something I want you to put this in your to-do list, and I know many of you will have 100 different things that they're doing, but I want you to go and test your links and how do they translate in your Facebook page. The other thing is this. Now, some of you, your Facebook, see, this is, it wants me to switch to my personal, but again, it's optimized that when I hit Facebook, the Facebook share, it automatically comes up looking lovely and I can say whatever I want about it. A lot of your pages on your website do not have this type of shareability, because we want to be thinking, what type of content can I also create that is shareable on other people's profiles? Okay? All right. Let's go back. Never fear to interrupt any time. We've still got a little bit of time left, which is great. We're doing really, really good. So, optimizing your visual content to look really lovely on Facebook is just going to save you so much time, because if I can just share a link, if websites that aren't optimized like that, like I use Facebook quite frequently. I also manage accounts for clients. If I see a link, if it doesn't do that for me, I won't share it, because you're just making because pre-Facebook being able to do this, it used to be able to, pre-Facebook doing this, we used to have to copy an image, then go and tag. It's just hard basket. You want to make it really easy for your audience to share all the gold that you are going to produce, okay? The other thing I want to talk to you about, which is one of those critical mistakes that I see. It's in my top 3 of mistakes done on Facebook by every business that I come into contact with lately, and it's something that is really important that for you, and you're not going to do it from now on. I want to ask you the question, are you using your real estate? Now, I've used mine as an example, okay, that this is my Facebook cover. Now, I want my Facebook cover to be a billboard for what I'm doing. So when we're talking about translating likes into bookings, not many of you are saying anything about a promotion that you have going on. None of you are saying anything about, deflecting me to say like book here on your Facebook. None of you are showing your website on your Facebook cover. Like it's again, it's leaving an opportunity on the table, because if we want to drive face traffic and get bookings, we want to be definitely using our real estate that's available to us. Furthermore, you can see here, like on your any Facebook cover that you produce, never leave it empty with an empty description. Now, if you set up a Facebook cover, when you upload a new cover, so many of you will leave this blank. But look what happens when you upload a photo. Any link that you provide here, all of this you can see here, I've just done. My thing is like sign up for a free course, okay? So here, you always want to be putting in your booking page and your booking details in your description here, okay? So here's an example of a booking accommodation website. Here we can see, they've added in their website, but look what happens here. When you add a new cover page, it also comes up in your timeline in your photo. So it also gives you an opportunity for new content on your timeline. Okay, I hope that makes sense for everyone. I might go in and give you some real-time Facebook love and just give you an example of what I'm talking about here. So if I go back onto my Facebook page, I think I've just confused it here. Leave this page. So if I go, come on, it's just being a bit slow. Maybe. Okay. See here, guys, this is something that's very important. Here, it's taking you back to my personal profile. I want to go back to my business page. So you always want to make sure, if any of you ever get that confused, your business page, you dongle down and you get there here. So what I'm talking about here is, look at that. See, when I hover over my cover photo, look what's happened. The description I've put in has come up. So please do it. As soon as we finish from here, I want you to go into your Facebook cover and you'll see here add description. And this is what I mean. Now, when a new promotion comes up, or if I've got a special event or whatever it might be, we change our cover photo from here. Okay? You change it from there and upload it as you wish. I'll show you now Segue. This is again what I'm talking about. So if I go on to Segue, using real estate. Now here you can see they've got some pictures of what they do. They're showing they do whatever, corporate. But here, book here. So it's prompted me, oh, I didn't know I could book through Facebook. Boom, here you go, more information, how you can book and link through back to your pages. This is how we want to create these opportunities to convert our Facebook likers and build relationships, okay? Now, how do we create these graphics? This is where I'm going to share with you my number one tool, my go-to tool, okay? Drum roll. Need some drum rolls here. Canva.com. Write it down, make it a favorite into your websites, and really have a good play on this platform. Now, again, some of you might be fortunate enough to have a design house that does all your collateral and all your branding that, can hand it over. Some of you, like myself, many of the businesses that I represent do not have that luxury. So Canva is a great tool I want to share with you that can do, like if you look here, once you go in and sign up, this is a plethora of different templates. So you can see here for presentations, for ebooks. Remember I talked about as like that's one type of content. You could do a top 10 things to do guide or ebook, flyer, menus. But what I want to drive your attention to is the one down here, which is Facebook cover. So if you delve into more into the Facebook cover, it will give you a whole heap of templates here, okay, that you can go into and choose and then just upload your own images and create the same effect that I just showed you in the examples. Okay, so now I need to keep an eye on the time. We're still good, which is good. So I hope, has anyone played with Canva? Do you think? So give me some feedback. Is Canva something that a lot of you have? I've had one. Yeah, awesome. Anyone? Would that be a tool that would be useful to you in terms of getting a little bit creative with your posts and your Facebook covers? That be something awesome. Okay. Any questions? Fire up. I'll keep going. We've got like 7 minutes left, so I'll power through. But always, Brett had never heard of Canva. Abby, have heard of it. You use it. Awesome. Well, it is a fantastic DIY tool, guys. Like a lot of what I do is on the use of Canva. I haven't quite. There are other things out there, but if you're not like a Photoshop, Adobe Pro, it's really, really simple to use and has really good visual effects. So no different. We want to keep content customer focused. Review. We want to, when you're creating Facebook posts and you're thinking, what do I post now? This is just as relevant. What does my customer want? What are their frequently asked questions that you can create, even if you create some visual, quirky photos, or even something that is the most underused tool and is the tool that gives the most engagement, particularly as of last year. Facebook is really going head to head with YouTube. So Facebook also has its own video video channel. So it's just best for me. I want to show this to you. Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth, but sometimes it's just easier to show you. I think it shows really small on the screens. But what I want to show you, so say now I'm going to go back to any video, for example, okay? And this is where, when we go into frequently asked questions, if you've got a really quirky staff member at your premises, or good-looking one, or someone that's really jovial and would love the opportunity to be famous on your Facebook page, or if it's you, do a selfie video. If you've got frequently asked questions, get on in front of an iPhone. That's all you need. And do a guys, welcome, hope you're having a wonderful day. Something we get asked all the time is, how far are we from the airport? Well, let me tell you, make a video of it. It's Facebook gold. And as you can see here, I just want to show you, we've got videos here. Now, if yours doesn't show videos on your channel, just go into the more and you can manage your tabs and put videos on there. Because once you upload any video on your timeline, check out what happens. It all gets populated into a Facebook like video channel. So go ahead, another thing in your homework, go ahead and make some videos. And then even if most of you or some of you might even have a really lovely promotional video, find the original file of that video and upload it directly onto your Facebook page. Okay, you want to upload videos directly. You don't want to be sharing a YouTube channel video on your Facebook page. You want to keep them native to their own platform if you want that same effect of having a video channel. Okay, now while I'm here, I just remembered I wanted to show you, for those of you that might not be familiar with the pre-scheduling tool right on Facebook. So for those of you that don't have another secondary outsource like a Buffer or Hootsuite, if I had a wonderful idea, or if I had, okay, it's Tuesday afternoon, I want to pre-schedule my post for the week, I want this to come out next Monday. Instead of hitting publish, I'm going to dongle down here and hit schedule. How good is that? And then I can go, okay, I want this to come out next Monday, 3:07, and schedule. Okay, so that is, I do a lot of my pre-scheduling that I do. I found it really easy to just do it native on the platform. Hope you've gotten some gold, and I hope you have all been taking lots of notes. But if you haven't, never fear, Despina is here. You will have all of these slides, and this has been recorded for you. So something to note, 80-20 rule applies with social media content in general, okay? With your social media content, I want you to be 80% of the time adding value, sharing, curating, giving benefits, entertaining, empowering, being an ambassador. 20% of the time, when you're doing the 80% really well, 20%, then you've earned your right to sell and promote, okay? Hope that will resonate with you, that you don't want to be an infomercial. They're annoying. You always skip the infomercial channels, okay? You want to be a page that is really interesting and a lovely page to, you've earned your follow, okay. The other thing, have you activated your call to action? This is the last thing I'm going to end on. Remember, we talked about creating leads. A lot of you, this is your call to action button on Facebook. For me, I've got it on sign up. For all of you, I would love it to be on book now. So when you go to your call to action, you can put book in, select book now and pop in the URL, which is the specific URL to your booking page, not just your home page. You don't want to be, you want the less clicks, the better. You want to direct them straight to your booking page. So activate your call to action button on your Facebook page if you haven't already. Sorry, my bad. This is the last thing. Your turn. In terms of engagement, we givers gain. You don't just want the love of people commenting, liking, and sharing on your page. I want you guys to go as your business page and like all of the like-minded, highly visible, very big community Facebook pages in your area of business. Okay, so yes, the big ones are Tourism Australia, Tourism New South Wales, Tourism Queensland, for wherever you are, but also all the other businesses that will add value to you. Because when you do that, when you're in your business page and you hit the home button, then your feed becomes all of the business pages that you follow. So what you want to do then, you want to also be a giver so you can gain back. And lo and behold, I did this as an example for you. I went on home and the first page was my beloved global ballooning. But look what happened. When I hit like, pretend that's your business page then gets some visibility in front of a new audience. Comment on another page and you take it another level again. Okay, so that is all part of your homework. I want you to go and again, do your research. What are all the other businesses that you can strategically align yourself with, and go and make it as part of your Facebook marketing activity you're not just going on there to post things. You also want to go onto Facebook to engage on other people's pages. This is a fantastic way to organically grow your business following, okay, and your page's visibility by commenting, liking, and sharing other business pages on your page. It's a win-win. I see that. I call it, it's ecological. It's good for me, it's good for you, and it's good for the greater good of your community, that you're not just always talking about yourself. Okay, we want to be ambassadors for our city, our regions, our country. Okay, so we want to give people reasons of why everything is so great. Reasons of why they need to come, not only to stay with you, why they need to come, and all the wonderful things they need to do. So I've got some formal homework for you, should you accept it. I've just put together, I've got an Excel spreadsheet here with all of the formulas intact. Now, I've put it in the handouts. If you haven't downloaded it already, you can download it from the panel underneath. If you haven't or can't find it, it's too hard basket, never fear. Again, I'm here for you, and I will follow it up in an email with a link to access this handout. So what you can do here, this is really to give yourself to a tool to be able. Oh, I don't want to do that. What has that done? No, I don't want a phone poll. What I want that to do, what I want that to happen is for you to be able to do a bit of a competitor analysis for your social media. Okay, we're going to talk more about other platforms, specifically Instagram, the next time we meet. But, I'd like you to benchmark yourself. Now, here with our friend Brett, I've taken a screenshot of yours. So say for Facebook, for example, I've got likes, checked in, talking about this, and new likes. You can go and check in on anybody's Facebook pages. You can go and see how many people have liked this. So we can see Quest Rockingham. They've got a great cover photo. But I think, Brett, now you've got Canva, we can take that another level up. Okay, and see, we need a call to action button here where we can say book now. See, this is clickable on anybody's page, and then we can see some stats. Okay, we can see some stats of how many people are talking about this. Now, talking about this, the algorithms of the talking about this is how many people have liked, commented, shares, and this is taken of the last 7 days. How many people have checked in here? So maybe that's over the weekend, but maybe at a busy weekend, people have checked in actually saying that this is, that they're there, and total page likes, and have compared your likes. So you've had some extra likes, which are up 0.8% from your week prior. Okay, so that's just to give you some insight and some context, some additional context. Oh, thank you, Brett. My pleasure. Thank you. So again, you can give me, we're running out of time. We're a couple of minutes over. So please, summary, have an even mix of creating content and curating others' content. Optimize your Facebook content to visually appeal on Facebook. Use your Facebook real estate, and engage by commenting, liking, and sharing other business pages' content. And the number 5 there would be your call to action. If you haven't done your checkup for Tourism Tribe, I'd highly recommend you do so. And stay connected. There are my little Facebook profiles. There's my email. I hope you've enjoyed. Feedback. I'd love for you to give me any feedback if you've enjoyed our second installment of this online training series. And I will very much look forward to catching up with you again. Now, I've sent all of the links to our next one. Our next gathering, same time, same place, is the 8th of March on Tuesday, 1 o'clock AEST. So 1 o'clock Queensland time, 2 p.m. for me. So if there doesn't appear to be any questions, comments, anything else that you'd like to share? So we might, I'm going to wish you well. Thank you so much for all of you for coming out and joining me again. I will follow up once I get all the recording sorted. And have a wonderful day and wonderful rest of the week and 2 weeks before we meet again.